narcs love to manufacture jealousy. They know that's how they get their narcissistic supply. So, yeah, during the relationship, I talked about the dudes, the pool of guys of the opposite sex, and I talked about the idealize phase, devalue stage, discard phase, and how I was treated different as the phases went by. Anyway, it's very, very obvious that my replacement was groomed probably during the early part of the devalue stage. The narcissist grooms your replacement. As soon as you start catching on to the signs, because I definitely caught on to the signs pretty quickly. Each time I confronted her about it, though, she found a way to make me feel guilty. She'd burst into tears, and that would immediately, unsettle me. I would start shaking. It would almost be like an anxiety attack because, it was because it was due to an event. It was not a panic attack. There's a difference. Panic attack, anxiety attack. Panic is for no reason. Anxiety is for a reason. When she started busting into tears every time I confronted her about something, the condom in her room, after the complete emotional and physical withdrawal from me, that was an instant sign that there was cheating going on. And I had a legitimate reason to be concerned. But instead of understanding where I was coming from, why I was concerned, she always found her way to make me feel guilty for it. Anyway, going back to the new targets, your replacement, my replacement in this case, here he is. They're greeting each other, talking to each other. It was very brief, actually. He left. I can tell you right now that my ex knew how much that would hurt if there was flirtation or some sort. Some sort of expression of affection, let's just say. Narcs love to do that. It's how they get their supply. It's what feeds them. When this dude, my ex, finished talking, like I said, I tried to avoid looking at it as much as possible. I got up and moved to a different place. Then I saw a group of friends that liked me a lot. I liked them a lot. I hung out with them. Fortunately, it was much closer to my ex. I was starting to get a little agitated. And I did something that I do not recommend, and that is I broke contact. I broke the no contact rule. And I used this confrontational tactic that this YouTuber, Sasha Sloan, talked about. And it was how to confront a narcissist, or something like that. I used it. Now, it worked, but I do not suggest it. Anyway, I went straight up to her. I was very classy about it. I even asked her how she was. I'm really on edge right now. I'm really shaking almost talking about this. Because it was scary. But I felt like I had to, go right up to her and say, hey, here I am. She eventually starts getting more irritated because she expected me to be mad because of this new dude and how quick she moved on after the relationship. She expected me to be really angry, blowing up. Narcissists love your reaction. They either make you explode in jealousy, tears, or anger, or all three. That's what they do. That's what they make you feel. And they make it all your fault. And they call you crazy and they gaslight you. That's another video for another day. Anyway, she starts getting mad. She even accuses me of trying to have some sort of a relationship with her again. And that was not the case. The whole point of going up to her was saying, hey, here I am. Whatever you're trying to do is not going to shake me. This confrontational method that this YouTuber, Sasha Sloan, used and talked about, made a video about, it worked because guess who was getting all angry and out of whack? The narcissist, my ex. The whole point of her inviting that dude over was to make me feel on edge and make me overreact and go crazy, right? I was able, by just going up to her and being classy about it, just being really nice and respectful, and not giving her the reaction that she wanted me to get. Me not getting that reaction that she wanted pissed her off. She started getting mad, accusing me of trying to salvage that relationship, which I really wasn't. The point, like I said, the whole point was to say, hey, here I am. Whatever you're doing is not working. I'm not mad. I'm not going crazy. Because if I were to go crazy, if I were to get mad, if I were to yell or whatever it was, if I were to react in a negative way, that gives her her narcissistic supply. Anyway, what ends up happening is she gets up and starts leaving. So basically, the trash takes itself out. The trash just took itself out. She starts leaving. But before she starts leaving, I tell her this. Whatever you try to do, you can try to hurt me. These were my words. You can try to hurt me, but whatever you do ain't gonna work. I deliberately use the words, ain't gonna work. And it just pissed her off so much that she just ended up just blowing up and saying a bunch of things and leaving. And I was like, alright. Trash took itself out. The whole purpose of her being there was not to eat. It was to follow me, bring a dude over, get me upset. Therefore, she gets her narcissistic supply. It didn't turn out the way she wanted it to. The second I confronted her about what she was doing to make me feel jealous and all that, she left. Because there's no purpose anymore. Whatever she was trying, there's no point in being there anymore. It wasn't going to work. It served no purpose to be there. I do not suggest confrontational methods like what Sasha Sloan mentioned. in one of her videos on how to confront a narcissist. I don't suggest formal contact, but what I did, it broke one of my own personal rules, but it worked. It worked because she saw no point in being there anymore. Whatever she was trying to do was obviously not good, and she was trying to hurt me in some way, obviously, by bringing the dude over. Point is, narcissists love to manufacture jealousy during the relationship and after. That's the whole point of this video. Be careful. Look out for the signs during the relationship. And honestly, be careful with how fast the relationship progresses. Because this is how manipulators thrive. They like that fast start to a relationship. So that there's a quick decline. And they can destroy you. That was the whole goal in the beginning, to destroy you. They want a quick love bombing stage. They want you to be attached. They want you to develop some sort of Stockholm syndrome, where your mood, your self-esteem, your state of mind is dependent on the narcissist. And then when they leave you and destroy you, you have nothing. The victim pretty much put all their eggs in one basket. Because that's how the narcissist manipulates. They do it so well that in the end you're empty and broken. The narcissist moves on to their next person. The narcissist might use that person to hurt you even more. And you're left hurt and confused. I'm struggling to recover. I'm trying to have fun. I'm trying to go to class and also, do well. But I'm struggling. I'm really struggling trying to recover. But I am recovering.